Dream and twist their reality back to our expectations, but ZETA, you're going to have to go against the odds. I think that is a very simple factor in this, and DRX still so consistent. Arguably one of the best games we've seen so far up against Optic, putting up a huge performance, looking solid. There obviously wasn't quite enough, hence why we are here, but already look at this absolute crunch of proactive play from ZETA.
And this is great. In terms of the prep, in terms of that first series we were talking about, we saw DRX bust out this B-site execute with the deep wall, and again, Stacks being the one to push forward. It's exactly the same once again. It will get the plant down. No real trade-off of damage just yet.
And I love this kind of, or not necessarily counterintuitive, but hyper-creative way to just take away CT, which forces this retake to be so difficult that it just buys so much time. So ZETA have to focus on working back through middle, which is actually what they've done quite well at so far, taking down RV. Stacks can be put to work, but they've lost out all the players on the site, and ZETA identify the way forward, slicing through middle, and now Zest and Marco, tricky positions, because how do they deny the defuse? I guess that's going to help out. Marco's trying to buy a bit of time, allows Zest for the swing, and then they deliver the goods. Two back-to-back, putting 10 now on the back foot. And suddenly these two players doing everything they can, but the wall has to break, and he has to get the frag! The time! He ain't got much left of it, and Zest holds on to this.
Basically, that's to attack the backline. Attack some of this post-plant comfort that DRX have with this execution, and everything goes right for them. I'll be honest, it's fumbled on site here. I mean, Ten's put in an awful situation here, but Zest there to close it out. DRX will find the pistol round.
We know that. We've seen so many teams try and fail, but correct read coming out. 10 does get noted. And DRX don't look to be changing, but this is a full-on 5-stack over towards A for the defending side here. Going to post up numbers and hope for the best. Now noting a great deal, I'm sure. Maybe a second guess could come in, but no, they carry on forward. Lad's still going to connect, but it's a 3-for-1 trade out. And DRX look unfazed, unfussed, and not losing numbers here. Comfortable work until it gets a little sloppy, but Sugar Zero low HP and gets found by Marcos. So 3 alive, 2 of the Bulldogs remain. Everything good for DRX. And pacey beginning to take that early control over towards A, but you can see the reply in kind from ZETA is this kind of walk mid. Was propped up initially by Laz joining as well. He's managed to make his way back. He's just going to roll over towards that A site. Again, let's see what that composure looks like. You don't want to lose players kind of on that halfway mark. If they're going to fight to try and keep site control, or if they dip for the full retake. As it stands, they're kind of somewhere in between. I want to see what Laz does with this. Sugar Zero. Buzz going to try and take a little bit more space here. Does get warded away, kept away. Utility still working well enough. Wall goes up, and plant goes in.
RB's going to be very low. Actually, the spike isn't down.
Yeah, I thought that was good. After that initial spam, didn't find it, but not to be at all. Spike now left in a precarious position. Sugar Zero and Laz going to try and keep a bit of a close eye on this one. You can see DRX desperate to fight for him. Marco's done well to find Laz. Recovers the spike and tries to get out of danger. Need to hit the brakes for a bit, stabilize this round because it was about to spiral. He's going hunting.
Yeah, I was going to say, whether or not ZETA are going to push on the back of this. Zero.
You don't expect this. This is super bold play. Yeah, pushing up against kind of like a half buy, that almost kind of encourages them to fight right back. They do a bit of damage, maybe one more than ZETA would have liked, but speaking of one, it's one on the board for them.
Replicate here, it is preventing the spike from going down, because I mean, I was talking about this the other day, DRX have some outrageous post-plant percentage in terms of success, and Icebox being one of the ones that feels the most comfortable in that. Which I think is the reason they're able to punish the wall so quickly. Usually Buzz would be either up top there or playing behind that new box.
You don't often get given opportunities like that by DRX, so you'll take them when you get them. As it stands though, still seeing this defensive side try and take a little bit of territory, and I think that's something that should be high on the priority list, be it that little bit of a walk down middle, the capability to re-aggress towards A just in between that timing. I do like them staying proactive here, ZETA. For now, you can see the plan.
Well, this is it. They want to prevent that B-side execute here, so they've got a Judge posted up deep here with 10. 2 other teammates here. It's Laz and Depp, but DRX don't like something.
They felt something.
Yeah. And this could be wide open here. I mean, it's going to be Sugar Zero called upon here for ZETA. This should feel like just an attempt, or at least they're going to concede site here and attempt to just approach the retake.
Not going to be particularly easy though. That's huge. That's huge.
Beautiful from Crow.
Down
In
A.
combination.
30
Coming in with
seconds
Sugar Zero just to melt down on the spike in another attempt of it. Stacks did take a little bit of chip damage, but he's not the first target. That is, Crow gets past the first, he gets the second. And he can't rain all the time, but he's raining in the bullets and the frags. Buzz tries to make a swing, it can't work. Is Marco left in a 1v4. What do you do with this? Nothing. Crow, what a round.
It's beautiful. The awareness for knowing that DRX want to get these geeky plants and sit very deep in the post plant, punishes the first with the snake bite and shock dart combo. It's fantastic work from Sugar Zero and Crow. In anticipation of just that, but Crow with, I mean, what was the second swing? Look at the angle as well. We catch it perfectly.
This is so nice.
The confidence to come through and then
he,
swing the second as well.
So hyper-aware.
Exactly. He knows that Stacks has to get away from that.
It's so nice seeing players just having that kind of like, I doubt it's much for this round. We'll be looking at them identifying any of the problems. And a bit of a trade-out. Depp's not backing yet. Now he has fallen away slightly, but the heal's going to come out. That was very close. And Depp barely breathing, but still standing. Look at the amount of pressure here. ZETA, careful now. You can see them trying to test this. ZETA are happy to fight back. They're not relinquishing control yet.
Just coming back to that opening engagement discussion, Depp on the jet is obviously another conversation topic to come back to. Some shaky performances, but keep our eye on that as again, DRX going to try and find the way onto A's site with Sugar Zero and Crow here, whether or not they're going to have the same sort of plan here with the utility. Shock dart going to come through at least.
Look at it. Look at this.
Beautiful.
This duo. The danger duo just dominating the site. That's perfect play. I love this. And they dip away for a second, and by now the rotations have come in, and Crow giving us a rinse and repeat. He wants this round again. This is his highlight reel. Welcome to it. Kick back and enjoy. But already a little bit of damage got done, and Stack still stands, but surely that's about it. Yeah, Crows have none of it.
The positives in my eyes, just having these little setups here, and the timing is perfect. There's no chance to even get off the plant here and reset. And then Crow through. He comes through again. Just look how confident he is for these clearances.
Prepared. Even just off the back of that pistol round, I felt as though they'd identified a couple of things that worked very nicely for DRX. They've learned from the lessons that they were given.
The scary thing now, actually, Crow's got the Hunted Fury here, so another chance to deny the plant. Actually, Stack's going to pop his ult, so...
And I like they're putting so much focus on trying to keep this plant under contest, to try and be a problem on this. And now with the suppression coming in, though, Crow does at least get locked down in that regard. He can't deny it this time. So facilitating the plant, they do need to now leave the site. They're going to pump the ult on the way out just to add a little more security to this.
See how ZETA approach this. Actually, the counter Viper bit comes through.
Well, welcome to the green screen. Not going to see a great deal here. Yeah, thank you, observers. I appreciate you. Have fun. Can't wait to see you catch all these kills. Ted's going to find Buzz, but this is going to be just monstrous to keep up with. You just got to keep your eye on the time here. Keep in mind that there's not much of it left. And you can see Depp trying to go exploring here, trying to address the back lines a little bit. Does find Stacks. That's not bad. Oh, B still close by, though. Takes the damage. He's fine. He's still sitting pretty, and they've defended the spike well enough here. And as much as they try to thread through, it doesn't really matter. Depp can't make the big impact that he'd like to. And the round gets converted, but look at the investment of what came out to get that. As you said, they cannot repeat that now time and time again. They'll have to wait for those to cycle back through, of course. So what's the plan now for every other round?
Well, I mean, the response is DRX actually need to secure this first blood. They can't just allow ZETA to sit back because they're looking so comfortable right now. They have these couple of these utility dumps onto site. Actually, this time a big adjustment here. Previously, we've seen 3 members of ZETA over towards B main, just so paranoid of that one hit coming through once again.
Yeah.
But this time around, we've got 3 over towards A, because they haven't really felt a lot of heat. No real pressure towards B main.
But they're exploring, and I love this.
Yeah.
Seeing Laz push even a little deeper on this, and at the right timing too. He obviously doesn't know that, but it's the perfect time to start clearing, because this can be a cool and a quick rotation, hopefully, and support towards that B site. Because I feel as though you really don't be playing in those retakes initially. You want to try and find that perfect balance, but the timing is great here. They've just tried to explore deeper depth. Gets caught. Marco, great intuition just to check those back lines, not allow that to be exploited. Would they expect the next 2? Probably not, but it will at least be something they have to keep in mind now.
Well, Hunter's Fury on the flank as well. Look where Crow's going to set up here on the minimap.
Speaking of it, there it is. Popped and gone to get the tags it needs. For now, not a great deal out of it. Spike's going to go down. They can't deny it. Spike's planted. RB still stands, barely breathing, but he's still walking. Going to get away, try and hold a little bit of the safety here, and the slight lean towards middle, maybe for the retake, as 3 of them look towards the side. Wall goes up. They want to get a tap on that quick. throughout the spam and lean forward. 10 wants to be the one to do this. Pulls out Hunter's Fury on the other side. I think Sugar Zero might have copped a bit of a chip damage off that. 10 though goes for it, gets one, but it's traded, and no quick answer back either. Crow on the flank though, that could be one. Sprays in, couldn't get the second. Laz, where are you in this? Gets the rifle because he was suppressed, and now think of the time. It's starting to dwindle. Laz, he's holding them back. They can't deny it. There's time on this. The defuse, it comes in.
Again, Crow doesn't even do much damage, but it's all information off the Hunter's Fury, right?
Sure.
The confirmation, no
you're
hits
right.
is vital information for ZETA on the way back through. Wow. See them frantically spamming into the wall, but because it's a little bit obscure and it's kind of tailor-made by DRX, there's not an awful lot ZETA can do. They have to respect the plant. But this is a big win. To be able to win out on a retake on B side.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I think you could almost hear it in the comms, right? In that kind of like post-round, like, hey guys, we've done it. All right, that's a huge step. Because...
He should get spotted here, actually, if he... Yeah,
yes,
he does,
yes,
both of them.
Two. That's huge information. Sugar Zero closing it on the kill. The guy's prowling. Marco, the audacity to still turn and check. But he still goes down. But bear in mind what they're coming in with is not a great deal, so this should be dealt with.
It's like a little bait poison orb there. Mid, he's just got the angle on the other side of it. Beautiful stuff.
It's very impressive to watch it from ZETA. This is looking like the real deal. Putting on the damage. Depth. Nice work.
Here.
Just trying to look for that final kill, but we have to talk bigger picture here. This is because the reason I started this day off talking about, you know, the dream of what ZETA were doing and how DRX really are the kind of ones to bring them back and give them that reality check. Every indicator that they are as solid as ever, comfortable, and ZETA, how far can that dream run go? And we're seeing a little bit more of this here, way more than I expected.
Well, I'll be honest, one of my biggest concerns now has almost been righted so early on in this because Optic came out on top on Icebox because of the depth that they were able to display. Reputation, they're winning out in the early round.
Oh, they absolutely are. Big information found at the start, though, too, revealed. Does DRX continue with his plan? I'm looking at that mid-piece building. We saw a glimpse of it before, but they got noted by Sugar Zero. Now, it looks like they're going to try that once again. Maybe it was just a little bit of a probing mission initially to try and see what they can get. Now they're going to do it with rifles. 10 on the other side has to be on the money. A1 and Vicious. 3 on the other side of this, and Jet just gets beheaded. Pro's there, but the angle's not pretty for him to work with, so tries to slip away, but the mid-pressure's good, and they've isolated that player on B. They could back away from this and go for that B hit, which would be the safer play, which it looks like they're doing. But look at the quick backfill on space here, too. They're getting proactive, trying to bail out Sugar Zip.
Did you not see it?
He's lucky to get one. He's lucky to get one out of that. Still finds Buzz, but yeah, this round looks done. They have absolutely sliced them through the middle. This is going to be very tricky to work back in from.
Again, back to bases for DRX. Look at the plant location here as well. So, with 2 members up towards Kitchen, this could be huge, but Lats is here so early.
It's a freebie! And the double stack towards Kitchen. Deps found RB. This is unreal. Okay, Zest and Stacks, though. Come on, these are the classics, right? Would they have expected the double stack? No. So Stacks gets to keep his life for now. And Crow and Dep, no subtlety to this. Here's the drop on 1. Dep gonna close in. Gets beheaded. Gets executed. Dips away slightly. 2 towards the site now. And you're gonna see these hard positions to clear. Oh, the white swing! This is a 1v1. He's sitting this. Laz is absolutely sitting this, and Stacks is going anti-flash. It's all about time. And who gets that first?
And again, the sorts of things I'm talking about early on here, Sugar Zero is literally in the one position to challenge that DRX mid split, the one where they go for this plant and top site. And he's punished immediately.